Live on YouTube. Let's click the red button. Let's freaking go. It's time to get things started. Welcome to the Digital Drop, where I help online hustlers like you take back control of your digital strategy so you can do what you love for a living. My name is Andrew Wall, and I'm here to help you. I'm the co-founder of the #1 gaming network on YouTube. I've produced over 5,000 videos on YouTube that got over 1 billion views, and I've been helping creators become successful full-time for a living since 2011, and I'm proud to say that. And today, it's all about helping out people that have this feeling of being frustrated that their channel is not growing. This is something that is probably the #1 comment that I get. Anytime anybody messages me through DMs or messages me in live chat, they're just frustrated that their channel isn't growing and they don't understand why. And so I want to detail in this live stream that there is a path to failure in terms of growing any channel, especially YouTube channels, and then there's a path to success. And I want to tell you from years of experience, having produced so much content and coached so many creators, to avoid those failure points and to emphasize those success points so that you can become the success that you want. Whether that success looks like additional revenue sources for you in your life, or maybe going full time, that audience development goal, that audience growth goal that you may have, talking about how you can reach those goals. And in addition to that, so many of you just want to be fulfilled creatively, and that is the way that that could be a path to success for you. Cool? So let's get into it. So one thing that so many creators are focusing on that I feel is really holding them back is focusing on production quality. So let's talk about that really quick. Production quality is not something that your viewers really care about that much. So is a channel review happening today? Yes, it is. A channel review is happening today for Tice. Yes. So I've got a separate live stream just for that coming up after this one. So production quality is something that so many creators focus on that I feel is not actually helping you reach your goals. So many of you guys are like, okay, I need to spend my time and my resources increasing the audio quality of my streams or of my videos. Okay, to a certain point that matters. Okay, so many of you also focusing on, I need to improve the video quality of my streams. I need to buy a multi-$1,000 camera. Certainly, getting a better camera can help you out in terms of growing your channel. But there is only a certain level of production quality that viewers actually care about. And let's just say this is the viewers giving a crap about your production quality axis over here on this side, and there's a line right across the middle of a minimum threshold of production quality that you need to achieve in order to be successful. And anything above this production quality line is actually a waste of your time and resources once you get above this line. And one big thing that I see a lot of creators do is they'll achieve this level of quality here that is necessary. Let's say having nice clean audio, maybe having a condenser mic that you're doing post-processing on, to having some lighting, having a halfway decent camera. All of those things are important, being able to render your videos at a proper resolution, etc. But once you get past that production quality line and you go significantly above that, what you're wasting at that point is your time and you're wasting your money along the way. And so what I see a lot of people doing is, you know what, my channel's not growing because I don't have the same camera as Casey Neistat. So they end up buying like a $6,000 body for a camera and then dropping like a $2,000 lens on that. I'm not getting the views that Ninja's getting because I don't have, the upgraded webcam I'm looking for, so then they end up dropping $200 on a 4K webcam. Or I'm not getting the views I need on YouTube because my branding doesn't necessarily look as good as my competitors, so I'm gonna pay a graphic designer $1,000 to completely rebrand my channel, etc. And all of these branding and creative and production quality elements that you see people investing their time and their money into, once you get past this basic level of quality right here, this pink line, you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money because audiences don't care. They just want you to achieve a minimum level of quality, the value that they want to get. And we're going to talk about about this in a moment. They don't care about your production quality. They just want you to give them audience value. And so that's something that I think is really important for you guys to know. We're going to talk about that in a moment. So that is a part of your path to failure. Your most important resource that you have as a creator is your time, and wasting your time on tweaking and retweaking and retweaking and retweaking your edits, your live stream, your setup, etc. to achieve the perfect level of production quality just flat out does not matter. The fact that I'm talking to you right now through a webcam, it's a good webcam, it's one of the best webcams on the planet, versus a DSLR does not impact your ability to get value out of this live stream, whether I'm talking to you through gorgeous looking lensing and camera body or this webcam. It really doesn't matter. You're here for the information, you're here for the value I'm going to bring to you, not for a ridiculous level of production quality. That is a part of the path to failure. Here's another thing that I hear so many creators doing. They reject what their competitors are doing well, and they kind of refuse to learn from their competitors. So let's talk about that. So many people out here, you know, don't like this bad word called clickbait, for example, and they see their competitors with thumbnails or with branding or with titles or with headlines that are more clickable than theirs. And so I've had conversations with a bunch of you guys in chat. My sound is top notch. Thank you very much. I've heard so many of you guys chat with me. They're like, I do not like my competitors. And they link a competitor to me because that competitor is using clickbait. And that competitor is a scumbag, or I don't like them, or they're gaming the system, or they're degrading the integrity of, you know, this game or my niche or of such and such. And they don't like it when their competitors use clickbait. And so one thing that I think is really important to drive home with you guys is that rejecting what your competitors that are beating you are doing well is a part of a path to failure. And I'm going to talk in a moment about what that path to success looks like there. But if your competitors are getting more clicks than you, if their title is more interesting than yours, then they're beating you, they're winning. And why are they winning? It's not because they're using evil clickbait and evil arrows and evil all caps. It's because they're better than you at getting clicks, and they're better than you at gaining the interest of viewers. So stop rejecting what your competitors are doing well and use that as an opportunity to learn. And we're going to talk about that in a moment. And if you can learn from what your competitors are doing well and still retain your integrity, you can grow and you can eventually beat your competitors. That is a part of the path to failure. We're going to talk in a moment about what you can do to copy your competitors' best attributes without losing your integrity and without losing what makes you great. Okay, the next part of the path to failure is resenting the YouTube algorithm. So many of you guys and so many creators on the internet will sit on Reddit and complain all day about the algorithm. They'll get on Twitter and they'll complain about YouTube. I don't know how many tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of posts I've seen complaining about how Twitch did this, Mixer did that, Twitter's no good anymore, YouTube sub boxes are broken, oh guys, my videos aren't reaching you, and they're complaining and complaining and complaining about the platform they're on. Look, I understand it is frustrating that your channel isn't growing. It is frustrating that sub boxes don't appear to be working at any given point. But resenting the algorithm, resenting the platform, resenting all of these resources that are available to you is doing nothing for you. Every single character you type complaining about YouTube, you're wasting your time and your energy. Every single shout out you give in your videos to, oh guys, sub boxes aren't working, I just want to tell you guys about how frustrated I am. You're wasting your energy, you're wasting airtime. That is time you could be spending making better content, stepping up your game, and embracing the platforms that you're on and their strengths and winning on the internet. Everybody that I see on the internet that's complaining about YouTube, complaining about Twitch, complaining about Facebook, complaining about having to pay for advertisements, etc., they're on a downward trend. Let me show you how that looks. If you're complaining, this X represents complaining. If you see people complaining, go look them up on Social Blade. Guess what's happening to their avenues? Womp, 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 womp. They're declining. And the people that aren't complaining and the people that are focusing on stepping up their game and they're focusing on improving their content, engaging with their community, doing a lot of the things I'm going to tell you in a moment, you'll see that they're either plateauing or they're on an upward trend in terms of their strategy. So complaining and resenting things that are not in your control is a part of the path to failure. And so it's okay to be frustrated that your channel isn't growing. It's okay to be frustrated that things aren't going well, but spending your time on that frustration, spending your time and your energy and your money and your resources and your audience's attention on pushing negativity into the universe is not going to get you anywhere. You're wasting your time, you're spinning your wheels. Okay? And here's the last part of the path to failure. And don't worry, we're going to transition to a path to success. This isn't all negativity here, guys. I'm just outlining the things that I'm sure you guys have probably done yourselves that probably would sound familiar. And then we're going to talk about solutions to those things. So Tom Nash says in chat, complaining about the platform instead of getting better at the game is a lame ass move. That is a fantastic summary from a fantastic channel, Tom Nash. You guys should all go subscribe to Tom Nash right now. But here's another mistake that I think a lot of creators are making that you guys need to pay special attention to right now, and that is running a YouTube-only game, or a Twitch-only game, or a YouTube primary game and a Twitch primary game. I want you guys to stop thinking about a primary platform and start thinking about all the platforms and just be wherever the traction is at. Let me show you something that I spent hours setting up this weekend, and you guys might laugh, you might think it's ridiculous, but check this out. I have now set up, and I still have another 15 platforms that I'm going to start live streaming to. I set up a ridiculous number of platforms that I'm now broadcasting to, and you guys need to be thinking about this as well. Stop thinking about just YouTube. Think about Twitch, Periscope, Mixer, Facebook, Smashcast, Streamcraft, Mobcrush, Good Game, Live EDU, Vaughn Live. Have you heard of these platforms? Instagib, Breakers TV, Vapors TV, Stream.me. I'm streaming to all of these right now, and I've got another 10 or 15 that I'm going to be adding to the slate so that I can become more successful. And the reason why I'm doing that is because YouTube is only one platform. Twitch is only one platform, and there's only a certain amount of real estate to be had on that platform. And let's face it, YouTube is the most competitive creator platform in the history of the internet, and will probably be the case for a long time. There's 2 billion viewers on the platform, and there are millions of creators that are vying for that 2 billion viewers worth of audience, and that the competition is only increasing. The competition is increasing faster than the audience is growing. That's my perception of the situation. The same thing is the case on Twitch. The competition is growing faster than the audience is growing, which means as each day passes on these mega platforms like Twitch and like Facebook and like YouTube, it's only becoming more and more difficult every single day to grow. That's why there are hundreds of channels on YouTube that are advising people on how to grow on YouTube. Why are you listening to me right now? Why do you have to listen to somebody like me, who's an expert on the subject, advise you on how to grow on YouTube and Twitch? Why do you have to spend hours and hours and hours learning how to master this craft, learning how to master these platforms, studying algorithms, diving deep into thumbnail composition, doing A/B tests, doing deep analytics insights? You know why you have to do all that ridiculous jumping through hoops on YouTube? Is because it's ridiculously competitive. I would say it's too competitive. That's why people like Tom Nash exist. That's why people like me exist to giving you this advice. It's because YouTube and Twitch are too competitive right now. So you need to be thinking about going to platforms, and we're going to talk about this in a moment, platforms that are not as competitive so that you can instantly win with far less effort. Because why are you going to ram your head up against millions of other competitors when you can be king of the ring instantly on other platforms? So we're going to talk about that in a moment. So those are the points that are the path to failure. Let's cover those really quick, and we're going to talk about the solutions that you guys can use to become successful. So number one, wasting your time and your money on production quality. There is a certain level of quality that is achievable for a relatively low amount of money. Stop wasting your money on production quality. Once you achieve that minimum level of quality, going above that is a waste of your time and your money. The next part is rejecting what your competitors are doing well. Your competitors are a great place for you to learn what's working and what's not. If your competitors are getting more views and more clicks than you, then you should probably be learning what they're doing to get more views and more clicks. The last part is resenting the YouTube algorithm or the platforms that you're on. Negativity and resentment result in you declining in terms of your traction and your views. Do not be negative. If you are negative, you're losing. If you're positive, you're winning. I'm not joking. Go follow accounts of people. Go look at a channel that's declining and go see what they're doing on Twitter. 9 times out of 10, they're complaining about YouTube algorithm or Twitch or something. And the last part is running a one-platform game. Running a one-platform game or a one-platform primary game is a terrible decision. And anybody telling you, yeah, go primary YouTube, go primary Twitch, go with one platform as your primary is giving you bad advice. So let's talk about what you can do then, given all of these paths to failure, these paths to frustration that your channel's not growing. Let's talk about what a path to success looks like. And the question a moment ago is, how did I get the Chinese and Japanese platforms how was I able to live stream on those platforms on Restream? Very carefully, that's how I was able to live stream to those. I ended up doing some translations and uses some keyboards to do their captchas. Okay, what does the path to success look like? If spending your time and your money on production quality is a waste, once you get past a certain level, then what should you be spending your time and your money on? And the answer to that question is very, very simple. It's providing more value to your audience. Your focus all of the time, 100% of your focus should be on your audience, not on things, not on platforms, not on distractions. It should be 100% on your audience and providing value to your audience. And I've said this so many times, and I'll briefly cover it here. There's only a few things that your audience cares about, and production value ain't one of them. The first thing that they care about is seeing new content and trending content. The next thing they care about is seeing the best and the worst. The next thing they care about is learning new things and educational content. The next thing they care about is seeing people overcome adversity and challenges. And if they can see you overcome adversity and challenges, that is interesting to them. And the last thing that they care about, you guys know the answer to this, they care about seeing things that are unique. These are the things that viewers actually care about. They don't care about your production quality. They don't care about what mic you have. They don't care about what webcam you have. They don't care about any of the, they don't care even what resolution you're streaming in, as long as you're at least 720p. They care about seeing things that are new, things that are best and the worst. They care about learning things. They care about seeing challenges and adversity, and they want to see stuff that's unique and that they haven't seen before. So if you can focus 100% on what your audience actually wants, which is those 5 things, you will win and your competitors will lose. In fact, your channel may be declining or plateauing or stuck where it is right now because you're not focusing on what your audience actually wants. And here's the mind-blowing part. You are focusing on what you want. When you focus on your production quality or getting that better mic or getting that better camera or getting those plugins, if it's not saving you a ridiculous amount of time, if it's not giving you a massive increase to the production quality of what you're doing, you're only increasing your production quality for yourself, not for everyone else. Okay? And so if you're only serving yourself, then that means that your audience isn't being served. And if you're not serving your audience with 100% of your time and your money and your focus and your resources, your competitors are going to service the audience's needs and what values they want with 100% of their time. They're gonna win and you're gonna lose. When people increase their production quality, they are generally doing it for themselves and for their personal whatever, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Your audience doesn't care. So focus on providing value to your audience, new, best, challenge, unique, and learning, and you will win. It's that freaking simple. Let's talk a moment though about what your competitors are doing, because I keep talking about your competitors. And I'm gonna bring up somebody who's a competitor to over 2 million creators within this category, arguably the most competitive category for content creation on the entire internet, and that is Fortnite, of course. Fortnite has over 2 million creators streaming at any given point. It is just the most ridiculously difficult trend to break through. So let's show the most hated man in all of Fortnite, AliA, and I keep bringing up AliA. And so when people look at competitors like AliA, and they say to themselves, "Oh, it's clickbait. He's a scumbag, or he's only clickbaiting, and that's why he wins." And I have so much integrity that I wouldn't, in any universe, dream of making thumbnails like AliA, because I am such a better person who's so good and so much better than him. Therefore, I will not stoop to this level of this scum. Oh yes. And I can see you saying these things to yourself, and I can see your ego coming out, and I can see your monocle over your eye, and I can see you rejecting success and being selfish. And so what you're doing right now is you're going, "I'm too good for this. I'm too good for that. My ego is too big for me to recognize that this is a massively successful creator that's doing so much that you can learn from." So when you let your ego get in the way of your success, you lose. So if you're in something like Fortnite, for example, I'm bringing this up because it's the most competitive area of any platform. Look at what competitors like AliA are doing well, and just straight up take some of their tactics, take some of their strategies, and use them for yourself. If you can put your ego aside, if you can put your high horse aside, and you can look at what's actually generating success, you'll figure out that somebody like AliA actually isn't a scumbag. He's actually just giving audiences what they want. And he's figured out the best way, or one of the best ways, to give audiences what they want. So if you want to continue to let your ego stand in the way and be like, "I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be on my high horse. I'm only going to have the highest of quality content and thumbnails." Well, guess what? Have fun with your videos getting less than 1,000 views. Have a good time. While he's rocking 2 million views per video, guaranteed, you can sit there and get 200 views per video on yours, and you can just sit there on your 200 views per video high horse. Or you can maybe look at some of the attributes of what your competitor is doing well and say, you know what he is doing well? Maybe I don't want to do these ridiculous faces, for example, that AliA is doing. Maybe I don't want to do that insane face. But you know what? Maybe I should include myself in my thumbnail. Maybe I should include my likeness in my thumbnail because that'll make it more engaging. And you know what? His titles are actually really, really good. And they're really clickable. And you know what he's doing well? He's creating intrigue, and he's not giving away all of the value of the video through the title. He's only teasing it. And you know what? That's actually a really good strategy. And you can sit there and you can be a student of what's working with your competitors versus an adversary, versus being adversarial when you see success right in front of you. People that resent other people's success are losers. People that resent other people's boons and other people's accomplishments in life are losers. okay? If your reaction when you see somebody else be successful is, you know, screw that guy, or if your reaction when you see somebody else make a lot of money is, man, he's probably a piece of crap, or whatever, then you need to readjust your view of the world, because your mindset of looking at successful people and then resenting them, that's your ego getting in the way. That's your ego holding you back. That's you being a complete loser. If you want to be a winner, look at other people that are winners, look at what attributes they have, and take those on yourself, and you will become a winner. The same thing is the case on YouTube, on Twitch, on Mixer, on Facebook, on any platform. That is absolutely the case on all of these platforms, and it's really important for you guys to put that ego aside and take on winning attributes so that you can win. Even clickbait, guys. It's a winning attribute. So stop being a loser, become a winner, and absorb those winning attributes. Isn't clickbait bad and not an ego thing? No. Getting people to click your videos is how you win. When people don't click your videos, they don't watch your videos, and so you lose. And so now being deceptive with your thumbnails, being deceptive with your titles, being deceptive with your content is bad. But guess what? Deceptive content doesn't win. Because when people click videos on YouTube and then they don't actually watch the video all the way through after that, the YouTube algorithm kills that video. So no, clickbait is actually impossible on YouTube now. You can't put an inaccurate thumbnail and title in your YouTube video, have people then click it and watch the video all the way through. That doesn't make sense. If you clicked a thumbnail that had a giant megalodon on it, and the title said, top 10 times a megalodon ate an entire boat, and then, I mean, that's really clickbaity, right? I mean, come on, that's really clickable, right? And then you click the video, and then there's 0 megalodons eating boats. There's not even megalodons in the video. Guess what? You're turning that video off. And that video is gonna get a low average view duration, and that video is going to instantly die. So clickbait in a deceptive way is actually not even really possible on YouTube anymore. The algorithm destroys that content. So the idea that you're on your ego, you have your big ego and you're on your high horse and that you have the moral high ground and that somehow that's good and that YouTube's going to reward that, that doesn't make sense. YouTube eliminates deceptive content algorithmically. A versus B. Every person that clicks that top 10 megalodons eating a boat video and then they drop, they kill that video every time they drop. You can't put a picture of a beautiful woman with giant boobs in your thumbnail and then all of a sudden it's you, some dude in your bedroom playing video games. That doesn't work. It worked in 2012. I remember people doing that all the time. But in 2018, the algorithm will destroy that video. That video will die instantly, because people aren't gonna watch it. So that's why those two components have to be in place: click-through rate and average view duration. So if you get the clicks, but you don't get the viewer duration afterwards, your video's dead. Therefore, clickbait in the sense that you guys are talking about is literally impossible. Just straight up. The algorithm makes it impossible. There may be a few exceptions you can point to out there, but the millions and millions and millions of videos that are deceptive, that bots are creating, that these like content farms are creating, these content farms that really exist, algorithmically generating these clickbait videos, that is not working anymore. The algorithm destroys it. And that brings me to my next point of what winners do. And let me know how the video and audio quality is right now. Is my frame rate dipping a little bit? Am I a little choppy? Let me know what you think. It looks like that in the preview. Anyway, here's the other part. You need to embrace the algorithm and embrace the platform that you are on, okay? So here's what I mean by that. If the YouTube algorithm and if the algorithm of all of the platforms you're working on, whether it's YouTube, whether it's Twitch, whether it's Twitter, all of these algorithms determine which content is being viewed. The only platform that is an exception to that is Reddit. Reddit is the only platform out there where the viewers completely in a democratic way control what content is viewed, either through upvotes or downvotes. Other than that, every other platform is controlled by an algorithm. So let's put Reddit aside. Every other platform that's controlled by an algorithm means that the algorithm is in control. And so a lot of people want to think that they are in control. A lot of people want to think that there's some sort of other factor in control, or that there's some sort of human being or Wizard of Oz at the top of the hierarchy that's deciding which content is a winner and which content is a loser, and that it's some sort of human being doing this. Stop thinking about it that way. What you need to do if you want to win is stop resenting the YouTube algorithm, stop resenting the Twitter algorithm, the Facebook algorithm, the Instagram algorithm, which control the majority of which content is seen versus not, and learn what that algorithm wants. Embrace the machine. Embrace the machine. These platforms are controlled by a machine learning algorithms. And so if you want to get your content seen, if you want eyeballs, you need to understand how that machine works, and you need to embrace that. And you need to stop thinking about that platform in a human way. Here's what I mean by that. If these platforms are controlled by a machine, which they are, then isn't it stupid to get angry at a machine? So think about real life examples. So let's say you're walking through your garage and you stub your toe on an inanimate object. A lot of people's initial reactions to stubbing their toe on an inanimate object is to get pissed at that inanimate object and go, mother effing hammer or ladder or whatever, right? That's your initial reaction, is to get angry at that inanimate object. But really, it was your fault that you kicked that thing. Right? That inanimate object is not something that's worth your emotional investment on any level. Just like your car. If your car breaks down and when you're driving to work, it's a machine. Getting angry at your car for breaking down, sure, an initial reaction of what this freaking car, this car, this car, that. But the bottom line is that is a machine. It is an inanimate object. It is silly and ridiculous to put your emotion towards that inanimate object and towards that machine. The same thing is the case with the YouTube algorithm, the Twitter algorithm, the Facebook algorithm, the Instagram algorithm. You are silly, and honestly, it's kind of a really weird concept to think of people getting angry at machines. And that's what these algorithms and these platforms are. So instead of being angry at your car when it breaks down, or being angry at your lawnmower because it's not cutting the lawn right or whatever, stop getting angry at the machine. Investing your emotion into that machine doesn't make sense. Instead, learn how that machine works, learn how to repair it, and take a scientific approach and a logic-based approach on how you interact with that machine, rather than an emotional approach and getting angry at your car and banging on the hood or banging on the dashboard or kicking your lawnmower when it doesn't work. Investing emotion into machines is ridiculous, and that's what losers do, and it's just silly. So embracing the algorithm is the same thing. So take some time, go back and watch some of my older content, just search for YouTube algorithm 2018, for example, or Twitter algorithm 2018, and study how these machines work. Because investing your emotions into a machine learning algorithm and into a machine is absolutely silly and ridiculous. Sure, your initial reaction might feel good to get pissed at something that you don't understand, but getting angry at something you don't understand doesn't solve the problem. The problem is you don't understand how the machine works. So what's in your control? Kicking that machine or learning how the machine works to solve the problem? Obviously, you need to learn how the machine works to solve the problem and not kick it and yell at it and cuss at it. That's just absolutely ridiculous. Here's the last part that I want to talk about in terms of your path to success. And it's learning all about how to go multi-platform today. So a lot of people will embrace that YouTuber dream. I literally built the #1 gaming network out there, and I was pitching the network dream, and I still work for a company that has a big network. This whole YouTuber dream, this whole career YouTuber, this whole career Twitch streamer, idea, this career Instagrammer. Please erase these ideas from your mind. Those ideas are ephemeral. Those ideas are temporary. The idea that you can make a YouTube channel and you can be a career YouTuber today is dying, because YouTube is so incredibly competitive that it's almost impossible to make it just on one platform. And making money off of just one platform, you guys saw what happened with the adpocalypse. The same thing is going to happen on every single platform at different points, because these companies aren't perfect and because crap happens along the way. So the same thing is the case with, I'm going to be a career Twitch streamer. What happens when Twitch money starts to dry up? What happens when Twitch starts to screw up at some point? What happens when something happens with your channel for like a week and you lose control of your channel and then your channel ends up dying? What happens then? The idea of, I'm gonna be a career Instagrammer. What if in 1 year from now, Instagram declines significantly? What if Instagram bans you from doing certain types of content? What if you lose your account? So this career YouTuber, this career Twitch streamer, this career Instagrammer, I understand that dream. I understand your aspirations. But what you're really trying to do, and what you're really aspiring to do there, is become a career influencer. And so in order to become a career influencer rather than a career YouTuber or career Instagrammer or Twitch streamer or whatever, these basically things that will fail at some point, by being an influencer, you're thinking multi-platform. You're thinking, I'm gonna be where the opportunities are at, not my opportunity is only one place. And if I don't make it there, then I fail. Be where the opportunity is at, and then you can be a career influencer. And so you need to be thinking about things like Restream.io. I'm streaming on like 15 different platforms. I'll soon be streaming on 25, and I'll soon be distributing this content that I'm showing you right now on 5 additional platforms: on iTunes, on Google Play, on Stitcher, on Spotify, and on SoundCloud, as well as a podcast. Why am I doing that? Because I am an influencer in this space, and I realize that if I only released YouTube videos about this type of content, I only talked about YouTube, I'd be competing with everybody who's only talking about YouTube. Just like you, if you're making your, let's say, outdoors videos, and you're only releasing your outdoors videos on YouTube, you are competing only on one platform, and you're setting yourself up for long-term failure. And let's say a couple competitors step in that are better than you at what you do on YouTube, and you're struggling to compete with them. Guess what? You lose, because you're a one platform person. You're a one trick pony. You're a one hit wonder. And guess what? One hit wonders disappear as soon as that opportunity dries up. Do you want that to be the case? Or would you rather do what you love for a living in the long run? Would you like to wake up every single day and do what you love every single day? No doubt you would. And the way to do that is by diversifying to multiple platforms, because the opportunity has never been greater than today to be on multiple platforms at the same time, absolutely for free. By not being on multiple platforms at the same time, you are leaving viewership on the table, you are leaving opportunity on the table, and you are setting yourself up for failure. That was the first episode of The Digital Drop. Let's see what you guys think. I'm doing half-hour live streams now, and there's a half-hour piece of content, because this is going to lead up to this legendary channel review I'm linking in chat right now for Tice, one of my $25 patrons. I'm linking it in chat right now to all of you guys on all platforms. Go check out that stream. I'm about to go live there next, and I'm about to detail how this personality, this live streamer, or this gaming personality, who's also a hip-hop artist, can become massively successful. There he is right up there, Tice right up there with that $25 pledge. Thank you so much for watching The Digital Drop. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. And of course, I'll be live streaming here in just a moment with this next one, this legendary channel review from one of my patrons. Adios, amigos. Keep creating amazing content, and I'll see you in the next one.